On this week's digital marketing news, Google rolls out new tools to help you measure your mobile response time. YouTube has new ways to stream live and to monetize, and some sobering reports on content marketing and social media.
Welcome to the TopRank Marketing Digital Marketing News. I'm Tiffany Allen, and with our first story is Joshua Knight.
Thanks, Tiffany. For our first story this week, Google has released some new tools to help you measure the impact of your mobile speed on your business. So we all know that Google has been heading towards mobile first for quite a while. They're actually moving towards mobile only because so much web traffic is happening on these mobile devices that Google wants to make sure that you're serving up the best possible experience for your users. So they've rolled out two new tools. They are a mobile scorecard that will compare the speed of your site to others that are in a similar industry, similar vertical as you, and also an impacts calculator that will calculate the crater that would be caused if your site was dropped from an airplane. Actually, no, the impact calculator is going to be a useful tool for you to talk to your stakeholders because it's going to show in real dollar value what it's costing you to have a slow site. So, or in other more positive glass half full kind of terms, what you could gain if you made your site just a little bit faster. So it has a little slider and you can see, oh, if I can just shave a couple of seconds off, I'll get an extra several $100,000 and then we can all retire to the Cayman Islands. So Google thinks mobile is important. What Google thinks kind of tends to move the internet. So if you're not already thinking about the mobile response time of your site and that customer experience, it's time to get on it. Tiffany?
Thanks, Josh. This week, Google announced that YouTube is adding new live streaming tools, including monetization options. So for the live streaming tools, they're adding that you can rewatch or replay live broadcasts with the live chat actually streaming alongside it. So you can see kind of the recap of the conversation as well as the video itself. They're also adding geographic tags to their live streaming video, so it's a little easier to find in the feed. But the most interesting part, I think, for content publishers is that they're allowing their super chat system to connect with other connectable devices using IFTTT. And that will allow users to actually pay for the privilege to use some of these connected devices. For example, shooting confetti or turning some lights on or doing whatever it is that they're asked to pay to do. They can do that right through the YouTube system. So those are some pretty big opportunities for marketers to explore in the coming months. Back to you and us.
Well, on behalf of both of us, thanks, Tiffany.
I'm welcome.
That was a beautiful handoff. You are welcome. What you are welcome to do, actually, is to discuss this report from BuzzSumo that just told Have you heard about this?
I've been dying to talk about this.
Yeah, this is their content marketing trends for 2018 based on 100 million pieces of content that they surveyed over the course of 2017. BuzzSumo, these are the guys who know pretty much everything about who's sharing what on the socials.
It's true.
That's kind of their deal. So there's things in this report, and not all of them are looking super good for doing things the way we've always done them. Do you think so?
No, I think it's a little bit, disheartening, but also it's kind of an opportunity. So there's two things that I wanted to make sure we talk about today. So the first thing is that social sharing of content has been cut in half since 2015. And only 5% of content gets more than 343 shares.
That's not very many shares.
Right? So even though we're creating all this content, what's happening to it? It's not being shared as much on social media. And, even the top 5% of your content's not getting nearly as much as it used to.
Yeah, I also saw that there's not as much virality, I guess we would say, because that's a made-up word that marketers have decided to use. But
sure is.
Content going viral happens less frequently now. Those clickbaity titles or Warren Beatty titles where you won't believe what happens next and you won't believe that he was in the movie Dick Tracy, those aren't working either. So what is working?
Yeah.
Do you know?
I do know. So there has been a growth in social sharing on LinkedIn, #client. And many publishers are seeing steady increases in content engagement on that platform as well. So we're finding a little bit more of a targeted audience, and especially as we're seeing Facebook's algorithm change and we're seeing kind of a lack of engagement there, something you might want to think about, especially you B2B marketers out there, as you go through your social media planning.
Yep. And also the type of content matters. It looks like they also looked at backlinks. That's another thing that they do. And backlinks are down pretty much across the board. They said most content gets 0 backlinks. The only ones that are seeing some success there and with sharing is that very authoritative research content or reference content.
Mhm.
So something extremely valuable, something that only you can provide, that has a really strong point of view and has a lot of good information. That's the kind of content that's winning.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I don't think this says like abandon social media,
No.
even though, Facebook, organic Facebook is pretty much toast. And it's evolving. I think we need to think about paid social. We need to think about messaging apps, that kind of stuff. And we need to think about changing our editorial calendars from 500-word blog posts to 1,500-word blog posts at half the cadence. And, up the quality, lower the cadence if you have to. Just keep it steady and build that authoritative center of content, and people will come.
Right. It's that age-old mantra of content marketers where producing quality content that somebody actually wants to read increases your chances of somebody reading your content.
Tale as old as time.
Absolutely. Like Beauty and the Beast, but for marketing.
Right. If anybody else calls you Beast, by the way, I will rip their lungs out.
Thank you so much. It really hurt my emotions.
I'm here for you.
That's all the news that we have for you today. You can check out more on the Top Rank blog at toprankblog.com or follow me at Tiffany_Allen on the Twitter.
Yep, you can find me at Nitewrites, that's NITEWRITES. And if you're enjoying these videos, or even if you hate watching them and you can't stand them, please do subscribe, and also make sure to ding that little notification bell, which is over there, possibly over there. And that way you'll make sure to hear whenever we publish something new.
Yeah, and we'll be back next week with more news, and we will see you then.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.